she's pretty good.
I've heard that too. I've heard, and then unfortunately, I've heard Terry was like it's like really hard to
Yeah,
fight against other
it's like
people.
B. Janet is good. Terry kind of got the short end of the stick.
Yes.
And then I think some are saying that Rock Howard, he's like in that middle ground. Like he's not that great, but he's fun.
Uh-huh.
And then I forget his name, but the one with he looks like a state alchemist from
Oh,
Fullmetal.
it's like we just talked about him last week. It was like
Yeah.
Kine or something.
Kane.
Kine. I don't know. I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, I'm like really, like I know that he can trap you in the corner if you allow him to.
Yeah. And then, meanwhile, speaking of SNK characters, Mai has become now a huge problem in Street Fighter 6. Oh man.
And I was like,
Just as I thought. Yeah.
I was like, you kind of doing the Gene Wilder. I'm fucking
Oh yeah.
Willy Wonka going like,
Mm-hmm.
really? Tell me more.
Yes. Elaborate.
It's like, what gave you that idea that it was gonna go this wrong?
Yeah.
Please, on the Kendall, where did she hurt you?
Yeah. So if and I think well because what was it? Yeah, Capcom Cup is like pretty much within a week or two. Yeah,
Yep, right around the corner.
I don't know if they're gonna do a hot fix or anything. So
They're probably not.
yeah, so we're probably gonna see a lot of Mi's like last minute or something.
Last minute. I also saw what was it, Desk?
Oh,
He was doing the my video, but it was just her taunt to see like what can um what can the taunt negate.
uh-huh.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is this is silly.
Silly, yeah. It's a good word to put it. Something stuck on my glasses. Ugh. Hold on.
Mhm.
The hell is that?
Mm. My boyfriend already regrets buying me it.
Oh?
Because I guess because the smartwatch background, you can use photos or I don't know if you can see little gifs.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, the gifs drain the battery, but uh, this happens.
Oh, okay.
And I showed him, and he's like, "Why?" Like, why not? It's mine. I get to do whatever I want on it.
This is my watch. There are many like it, but this one's mine.
It's like, and trust me, there probably be like more
Like
worse things
worst
put
things,
put
exactly.
on put on the clock face than what I have.
Yeah. Pretty sure like somebody out there has like just straight up like titties and ass or something.
Yeah, jiggling or some shit.
Jiggling. Or I mean hell, fucking ZZZ fucking gooner shit. That's such a funny word nowadays. Gooner. It's that the
Gooner,
new word.
tourist.
The what? Oh, tourist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tourist.
yeah. Tourist is also kind of funny.
Oh, well, it's not really tourist, but oh my god, I wish I saved that tweet. So maybe have seen it like floating on X. So apparently, I want to. I didn't look into it, but I was just like reading like the main tweet and then the following tweets.
Yes.
Apparently, this person who loves One Piece, who only watch One Piece out of the big three in both English. No, only in sub,
Uh-huh.
was watching, I guess, an episode of Dragon Ball Z Daima.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it's iconic for Saiyans to just yell and scream to power up, right?
Yes.
And you know Masako Nozawa, she can like really go in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
For an idiot. And the guy, the poster said, "Wow, this is the most cringiest thing I have ever heard in my life. What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, my dude, you are really digging One Piece fans into a deeper grave. Please do not fucking stop.
Mm-hmm. Just stop. I haven't seen that actually.
He's like, one, do you know who Masako is? Two, even in the English dub, they scream like this.
Mm-hmm.
Three, Luffy would kick her ass right now for being stupid. Because Luffy would be like, huh? I hope he's strong.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing with Goku. I hope you're strong. Okay.
Yeah.
They have their little fight. I'm hungry. You hungry? Okay. It's like, there.
Mm-hmm.
Friendship. Right there. Yeah, the guy was. But what made it worse in that post? The post said like, not bad mouthing the Japanese VA is like you already said in your original post. This
Yeah.
is cringe. You can't fucking. This is not. This, you. It's like you're too late to do collateral damage. You know, you dumb
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what is it with some One Piece fans that does dumb shit like this.
Dumb takes, yeah. It's I've
It's
seen
like
plenty, yeah.
this is not the W you're hoping for, sir.
No. I've seen like worse here and there, but especially in like Genshin is ugh. That community is just something else. And of course you can say the same for like League and League of Legends or um just
I
whatever
mean,
else.
look at the Overwatch fandom
Yeah.
who are praying to whatever deity they're praying to make sure that Marvel Rivals fucking dies.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, honey, that Overwatch had to pedal back super hard to
Mhm.
get their fandom back.
Yeah. It's such a like blatant regression. It's sad. And
Overwatch we're going to go away from from surprise mechanics because it's not doing us good.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, we're going to bring PVE. Okay. A few months later, we're going to stop this.
Yeah, we're going to cancel PvE. Like, what?
What?
Wait a minute.
Huh? Like, nani? We're going to release new characters every 6 months. But back in Overwatch 1, they were coming out like every 3 or like a good healthy,
Yeah.
release date.
And we're putting them behind the battle pass.
Yeah. You won't be able to play this character until you're level 25 in the battle pass.
Oh, God.
I think that was Kiriko
Yeah, Kiriko and, yeah.
and Joker Queen. Yeah, because
Yes.
wasn't it like they were in the battle pass, but I forget which one. It's like
Well,
you unlocked them,
mm-hmm.
but you couldn't play them until like a certain like level in the battle pass, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, so do we get her or not?
Yeah. Yeah, and then plus Marmatra, yeah. By the time
I think
Marmatra came out,
Marmatra, yeah, they fixed it.
well, by the time he came out, I was like already over it, so I was out. I was like,
Yeah,
no, no, I am not putting up with this new what do you call
it
repertoire? I
wasn't.
guess.
Yeah, and then again, the Marvel Rivals. Okay, here's the Fantastic Four. There's 4 characters. First 2 in the first half. The last 2 in the second half. You good? Yeah, sure.
Mm. Yeah, and then Battle Pass. Oh, you bought it? All right, you can work on it anytime you want. Cool.
It's like
Damn.
they took a page out of Yoshi P's book of FF14. FF14 is gonna be there. It's not going away. So you can do, real life stuff and then come back and enjoy the game at your own pace. It's like, you,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to rush. I can actually take my sweet ass time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and then I guess the rumor is at the start of season 2 or at the end of this season, you have excess credits that was used for the battle pass. Here, convert it to in-game money so you can buy shit from the store.
Oh.
Excuse me? You mean this 1,000 fucking shit that I had? I can convert it?
That's interesting. Wow.
Huh? Think, think to me like I'm 5 years old.
Yeah.
How we start.
Alrighty.
Saying shit like
So
we're 5 years old.
yeah. I mean, we'll definitely talk about Marvel Rivals in the front line. Excuse me. But yeah, before we officially start, just to put that out there, um, next week will be our break because Monster Hunter's coming out, so we want to get a good head start on it and come back and talk about it by the time the following week comes up and such. So and plus I have some PTO to go along with that, so I'm gonna have a nice extended weekend uh within the Monster Hunter honeymoon phase, hopefully. So that'll be fun. Um, so yeah, so basically, yeah, um, Monster Hunter weekend will be our break weekend. So just putting that out there. All right. So with that, said and done, or just said for now, welcome to episode 309 of the Hypecast with yours truly, as always, Sean. aka Hawk525, with my cohort Zawa, as always. Welcome everybody back to another week of the Hypecast. So we do have stuff to talk about, including
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff from last week because we were kind of like braining it with the Evo Awards and stuff like that. So I kind of want to bring it up again a little bit to condense it and just to um, make it a little more digestible, I guess if you will. And there is some stuff that we did gloss over and didn't talk about it, so we'll go ahead and do that in a bit. Plus, like I said, Marvel Rivals in the front line, and then there's some stuff to talk about um, on the visual entertainment side of things. So that's pretty much the gist of that. So let's go into the fighting games.
This battle is about to explode.
All right. So,
Yeah,
first things first, City of the Wolves. As we were kind of talking about it a little earlier. We did get the announcement of DLC already. So let's just go ahead and let the video play out. For season 1. Got Andy for Summer. Ken from Street Fighter, also for Summer. Now with glasses.
Oh, now he's hot.
Yep. Chun-Li for Winter. And then Mr. Big for early next year.
It's funny how Fatal Fury's art style for Chun-Li actually makes her more mature looking up than her own game.
Yeah, in a way, yes. At least to some degree. But we'll have to see about her actual in-game model, so yeah.
They're gonna use the model from Marvel Infinite,
Mm-hmm.
the original one, not the fixed one.
Yeah, the broken fucking got hit in the face with the shovel model.
the the weird ass baby face is like
Yeah,
what am I looking at? It's like I don't know.
it's like one of those like weird like old Japanese dolls from like a long time ago. It's like a Japanese Barbie almost. Like one of those weird ones from a long time ago. But anywho, we do have Andy in there in the mix. Like I said, Ken, Joe Higashi, you got Chun-Li, and then Mr. Big. So that's 5 for season 1 or season pass number 1.
Not a bad size.
Yeah, yeah, not a bad little roster here. So, I think I just find it funny that Joe is just basically Joe with just glasses. That's been kind of like the meme within the Fatal Fury circle. More than the fact that yeah, Ken and Chun-Li are in have been announced. Funny enough, like no one was like, oh my god, Ken and Chun-Li, whoa, or anything. It's just Joe. Like people, there are more people I see on my timeline at least, memeing on Joe's glasses more than anything. Of course, Andy, we know him from KOF and stuff like that, or we see him from KOF also, so not super surprised. But Mr. Big, I think Mr. Big is one of the older characters, if I'm correct, within the SNK. Oh my god, there's a lot of Mr. Bigs. Turns out
One.
there's a yeah. Turns out there's a lot of Mr. Bigs out there. Anyway, yeah, he was from the Art of Fighting series, to be more specific, and then he became a regular within the King of Fighters series. So he makes a return in Fatal Fury, so that's pretty cool. Let me see. He was original boss character for Art of Fighting. Meaning, let me see. So usually Art of Fighting that one has Rio and Robert as the protagonists. Robert Garcia. I wonder if they'll make it into Fatal Fury, but we'll see since Mr. Big is in there. He's from Australia. Crime boss. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know if he's like a protagonist or antagonist or just neutral. That I'm not sure. Let me see.
All I remember when I played like the old and King of Fighter games, Mr. Big was using like not sticks, but
Oh,
yeah,
Cali sticks? Yeah, right,
yeah.
yeah. I just like eyeballed it right there right now. Funny enough. Oh, there's Lady Mr. Big. That's funny. Wow. I love how they said Lady Mr. Big, not just Miss Big or Mrs. Big. Interesting. There's some artwork for Mr. Big. Let me see. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's really all we know, or at least I know from just skimming over his stuff. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, old school character making a return, so that's pretty cool. So, let me just look at the other artwork for Mr. Big. He's big, he's bald, and he's got sticks. That's all there is to know, I guess. Maybe he's an anti-hero, I'm not sure. Alright, well. Oh, there's Shermie right there. That's interesting. Huh. Does it say what alignment he's in? No, not really. Doesn't say.
He's just neutral at this point.
At this point, I guess. He's kind of like he seems like maybe like Dr. Eggman. Like, you know, he is a bad guy, but he'll team up with the protagonist or, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Whenever a bigger bad guy shows up and fucks up his shit. So,
or you just say the magic word like we're gonna we're gonna beat up geese. All right, I'm in.
yeah. Oh wow, he's 63 years old in City of the Wolves, so that's going to be interesting. All right, well, yeah. Meanwhile, we have Ken and Chun-Li, of course, chosen for City of the Wolves. I don't know if this. I think this was previewed already at Evo because I feel like this isn't like a complete surprise to me anyway. I don't know. I could be crazy. I mean, because it seemed like that way because otherwise people would have been like, whoa, or anything or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if anything, Joe Higashi was actually the bigger surprise because of how soon he is being, you know, thrown into the game.
Sure.
Because we have that new character with the pink hair. I forgot her name already. Starts with a P, I think.
He
But,
not Christian.
let me see. City of the Wolves. It's not Pika or anything. It's like Pet. It's not Petra.
Prisha.
Prisha. I think that's yeah. Preacha, yeah,
Right there.
Preacha or Prisha. So Preacha, I thought was going to be like the sole like replacement for Joe, but it's Joe. I think he's like one of those like staple characters. He's basically kind of like
Yeah,
any of the
Joe's
world warriors like E Honda, Blanca, stuff like that. Yeah,
Joe's pretty much you can't get rid of me.
yeah. But now he's got glasses, so yeah, that's
Well, that's what happens when you keep kicking up dirt,
yes.
with your tornado. So it must
Oh
have
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
fucked up his eye.
yeah.
And he's just going like, "Can you see, sir? Wait, hold on. Okay."
Yeah, he threw too many screw uppercuts and double cyclones in his lifetime. So that's pretty. I thought it was pretty funny. That's all. That's basically all they did. Because I mean, obviously, yes, they changed his pants, but yeah, he's got glasses. I like what I'm seeing with Andy. I like the flame pants, right? He seems a little cooler. Hopefully this face will translate into the game model, the actual in-game model.
Yes.
Other than that, yeah, his hair looks pretty cool. I like it. I like the rest of his outfit. I think it fits, right? It's nothing too crazy or anything like that. So, I mean, yeah, I would also like to see the same with Ken and Chun-Li, right? Everyone else as well, of course, as to how they translate into in-game models. But conceptually, hopefully, well, no, sorry, conceptually, yes, they look good. Hopefully, again, that will completely translate well into 3D. Yeah. So again, Andy will come out this summer. Can will also come out this summer. That's pretty cool. So actually getting two characters within the same season. That's interesting. And then Joe, Higashi will make it into fall. Chun-Li will be the sole winter character, and then Mr. Big will be the one character coming out 2026. Any other comments for Sea of the Wolves?
There's more on Andy. It's like, wow, you're, at least you're coming in, but I would think you'll be like a not stable, part of the base roster,
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
has his fiance, wife, whatever you want to call Mai at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, nah, but it's weird. Yeah, actually, it is kind of. I think in the very first teaser of City of the Wolves, I think you can hear his voice or something was being mentioned about Andy. So I don't know. It is a little weird that yeah, if that was the case, and then you put Andy into the DLC side of things, yeah. But we have to remember the first season. I think the first season of this DLC is included with the purchase of City of the Wolves. I think is what's going on here. So, meaning, we are going to get these characters no matter what, if you as long as you made the purchase, I believe. I hope I'm not mistaken that. And then yes, meanwhile, the beta has been going on within the closed doors, right? I think a number of people were able to get into the access. But the comments I've been seeing from those beta testers have been regarding to the matchmaking. It's been very slow. The netcode is not the greatest. So hopefully that'll get fixed, which was also the problem with KOF 15 when it first came out, unfortunately, which was one of the big factors that kind of killed the honeymoon phase, which is why, once again, it's kind of like on the quieter end when it comes to the fighting game community. Like, not a whole lot of people are playing it at this point. So hopefully that'll get fixed in here at least to circumvent that. Hopefully. And then unfortunately the beta did not include T-Zoc, so even if I got in, I would not have a character right away. I would have to like kind of poke around and see, but yeah.
You'll have to do the old like tasting, like no,
Yeah, sample. Yeah,
no,
do the samples. Yeah.
no. Just like,
Yeah. All right. So far, though, yeah. I've seen some funny stuff with Vox. Like, there was a win quote that was like just complete like what is this? Like, what are you talking about? You know, I saw that from somebody, and I saw it. I read it. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I think he's trying to talk about like maybe like helping the poor or something, but yeah, it's weird. I can't explain it. It's very strange. You have to see it. You have to read it for yourself. But other than that, B Jenny appears to be pretty good, but Terry Bogard his matchups are very poor in comparison to other characters, is what I've heard on the Twitter. But yeah, other than that, um, it's chugging along. But the real elephant in the room is the matchmaking. So hopefully that will get fixed. Um, and if they have to delay the release, I'll be okay with that, just because I don't know. I have other things to do on my plate anyway. So because the game is still coming out, I believe in April. That isn't too long or too much more time, especially if you really want to like iron out those fixes or whatever. But hopefully that the matchmaking and the netcode itself, I guess, will be spruced up by then. Because if that's going to be it, then that is going to unfortunately tank the game, and we'll have another sort of quiet SNK launch, and it'll only be within a tight little group that will like the game and such. But yeah, I think it deserves a lot of love, and so hopefully they'll get it right. Because again, if that's the case, then that's gonna be real unfortunate. Because they're checking off all the boxes, right? Like it looks cool. The actual combat looks cool. It's got cool looking characters for the most part.
mhm.
It's just a matter of getting the online experience right, I guess.
Online,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe someone was like saying it on Twitter, like do not go into this game thinking it's fast paced, like
Oh
Street
yeah,
Fighter 6 and stuff. It's it has its own
rhythm.
like rhythm, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I've seen some combo videos already, so it's been an interesting little watch, whatever, um, with whatever I was able to see. So with all the like the cancels and the apparently they're feints, right? Like you can like fake your attacks to cancel some stuff or something. It's very interesting. So I would like to try that with T-Zoc or whatever whenever the game comes out. But I think for the most part for me, I think it'll be a lab game where I'm just gonna mostly spend time in this training room or training mode just to see like what works and what doesn't, and then maybe like fuck around with the what do you call it, the single player stuff, and then that's it. Like I honestly don't care as much for the online fighting experience. But that's just my 2 cents on that anyway. All right. If we don't have any more comments, I think that's it for the SNK side of things. Um, yeah. So we can definitely move on to the next bit here for fighting games. So, from the Evo Awards, this was, I believe, announced, but we definitely did not go over too much. But the extended lineup was revealed, or at least the rest of it. So we did have Rivals of Aether, or Aether, excuse me. Virtual Fighter 5 Revo, KOF 15, Blaze Blue. Those were already revealed, so that's not new. But the other half is KI, Samurai Showdown, Guilty Gear Xrd, Rev 2, and of course, CVS 2. Yes. So, pretty interesting selection. Any comments?
I think a lot of people are going to tune in for, yes, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8. Maybe not that much for Strive.
Oh, you're talking about the main. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going by main first.
Yeah.
Grandview versus, yeah, I think a lot of people want to turn into that one.
Interesting. Okay.
Under Night probably is gonna be that black sheep. Like
Mm-hmm.
there'll be numbers, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like wow, you know.
Yeah.
MK1, I don't know.
Yeah.
Depending what team comps we see, I think people are just gonna be like, okay.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up, so I don't know who's strong or whatever, but I heard that Havoc was one of them. Havoc was one of those
Hmm.
characters that are up there. But then again, someone like Sonic Fox can play anyone and make them look good. So it's hard to kind of hard to say. But
I know. I think a lot of people are gonna have their eyes on Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves,
yes, of course. Right.
and then of course MVC2. Everyone's gonna be like,
That's definitely the nostalgia train for sure.
and then when we come to the extended lineup,
Yes.
I believe I don't know. I cannot say anything because
Yeah.
I'm not versed in that.
Yeah, same.
Virtua Fighter 5, there are gonna be eyes on it because it's Virtua Fighter. King Fire 15, I think the viewership is gonna share a bit from City of the Wolves, but we're
Yeah,
gonna see more
naturally.
viewership on City of the Wolves than
Yeah, that's
King
that's kind
KOF.
of the straightforward take on that one, yeah. Or yeah,
It would Blast Blue.
BlazBlue, yeah.
I can't say because I fell off on BlazBlue like
Same, yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah. And this is the regular BlazBlue. It's not I can't tell
Yep.
what exact version it is because it's so small and I can't really read that, but it's the regular one of the regular ones, and not cross tag. So yeah, that game had its
Thing,
time, I
yeah.
guess, but yeah.
Then we have KI.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of eyes are gonna be there. I hope Max is one of the commentators.
Yes, yeah, we'll see.
Samurai Showdown is another interesting one. Like,
It is also SNK, so maybe there is going to be that crossover viewership
yeah,
thing, but probably a little less because it's been kind of not you know scratching any itches, if you will. Probably
now
the
we have Guilty Gear,
that's Rev 2, yeah.
Guilty Gear Rev 2. I want to say more people are gonna look at Rev 2 over Strive,
Really?
since Rev 2 is mostly a complete roster, and you have that one thing that Strive does not have yet, unless we get a fucking like Ultimate Collection version. Fucking one shot
Oh, the
kills.
insta kill, yeah.
Yeah, the insta kills.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
you can
is
if you can
it's
if you can pull that off on stage, power to you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Why Strive has been behind that? It's very weird because it's one of those like staple things, right?
Yeah.
Insta kills, man. It's one of those. It's like one of those. It's like if you took away level threes in Street Fighter or something. You know what I mean? Like I think that's that same pinnacle or whatever, the same um level, if you will.
Like at this point, I would not care if some of the insta kills are recycled. I wouldn't care
Oh,
at this point. Uh,
I doubt that it will be recycled. Like
yeah,
if you
but
mean just like redone, obviously, then yeah, maybe, but I don't think they'll be recycled by any means or any degree. They have to do something at least slightly new with the insta kill,
I mean,
especially
with
with the art
Faust,
style. Mhm.
your insta kill should just be him with the wheelchair, just not banging to you, but just full on just smacking you with it, and
Yeah,
you end up on a hospital bed,
yeah.
and he's your
May
doctor going like, "All right, time
yeah.
for your checkup." It's like,
Maybe
oh,
what they'll do is maybe when they're actually done with all the characters, like okay, this is the final roster, then they'll maybe do the insta kills because then they can like kind of plan out like okay, all right, this many characters, we're gonna animate this many insta kills. All right, now we know, kind of
yep.
maybe that's a scenario that could be happening. Or, there's always the other path. I mean, this could be the very first Guilty Gear without insta kills. That's always the possibility, you know. And that would stink, but hey, it happens, I guess. Um, so what about
Last but not
CVS
least,
two? What are you feeling?
I think the CS2 is going to share viewership from Marvel vs. Capcom
Yeah, I
2.
think that's a pretty fair assessment. That makes sense because it's the whole nostalgia thing.
Now, if they were playing this smart,
Yeah.
they would do CVS2 first, and then Marvel 2. To kind of just keep that ball
Hmm.
rolling. If they were smart. But of
Right.
course, please let the audience have like maybe a 30-minute breather,
Yeah.
and then jump into it.
Right. Um. Oh yeah, I forgot to have the chat up, but I'll try to look over here. Anyway, so
Okay.
but my other question though then is yes, we are having top eight back, right, for this Evo at least.
Yes.
But who's going to be making into Sunday, right? Sunday final. Is this still going to be the three games, the top three entries, or which is probably likely going to be Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and Guilty Gear Strive, maybe. I mean, third one is a little more up in the air. We don't know if let's say Granblue versus will take it or not, or yeah, you never know. It could be Fatal Fury for all we know, right? We don't know that, but it's more on the question of how many games are going to make it into Sunday
Yep.
finals. Is it three? Is it two? Because um, from what I understand, the reason why they did top six in the first place was for time's sake, especially
Yeah.
with the amount of
So,
ads they had to run for Evo, especially nowadays. How they're gonna pull that off is going to be interesting to see, right? By the way, we did this after the last episode, but we did take a look at the tickets or badges rather. And oh boy, it's an arm and a leg. Let me tell you, man. It's a whole arm and a leg. That is for sure. Unfortunately, it's like it's like more than double what I paid last time, at least. back in 2019 or whatever.
Back in my day, we could afford this and have a fucking feast
Yeah,
at the buffet.
that's a whole yeah, dude. Like, cause back in the day, or at least 2019, the last time I went, right, was $68. For the whole thing. You know, no finals ticket or whatever, but yeah, $68. And then if you're just going through the motions for this one, it's like over 200. It's absolutely insane. Like, am I crazy? Like, to think that? Like, am I insane, or am I onto something?
I mean, I guess again with the pricing, it's because of the new revenue.
Oh, the new venue
Yeah,
with the fees and everything. Yeah, that could be the thing. I mean, yes, it has been about 6 years, so you know, with the inflation, all that stuff, right? Yeah, that does come into play, I guess. But even then, it's like, oh my god, it is gruesome, man, to see that price jump up like that. And then yes, I guess there is more to do at Evo, like the arcade machines and like um the museum and all that little exhibit stuff. But even then, it's like, oh my god, that is such a jump in price. And then that's the early bird special, right? And then
the early bird.
yeah, and then so if you plan to go last minute, and if you want to go all 3 days, that's almost $300. Yeah,
And
man.
for a person like me, my plane ticket alone is fucking 900,
Oh man, yeah,
and
that's
that's
a
only for like 5 days. 5 nights, 5 days, whatever you
yeah,
want to call
that's a that's a whopper of a price, man. You
it.
know?
What happens when I live on a fucking island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if for you if they brought Evo to Hawaii?
There were times that they wanted. Someone was discussing that, and I was like, no. The
Hmm.
traffic here is going to be very bad, and
Hmm.
it's more of, I'm sorry, we don't have the room to hold that much people. We could barely hold our biggest convention, which is KoiCon. To like the convention center barely can hold like at least 10K people.
Oh, the anime convention? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah,
But,
that would be a
yeah.
quite the
I
stretch.
mean, it'll bring in a good, tourist, money for Hawaii to, bump up.
Right.
I think if they were going to bring it to Hawaii, it's probably going to be on one of the other islands. Probably the main island, the Big Island,
Mhm.
since there is a big venue there, but I don't know how much it will cost for renting
Yeah,
or using.
right. Yeah. Yeah, cuz we also have to remember that Evo will be in Japan. There'll also be one in France. And then even I think it was like next year, there will be one in Singapore. Right. So that's going to be again interesting to see how those play out. Well,
Yeah,
Evo Japan, I mean, a little more of a given, right? But France and later on Singapore, that will be um, interesting to see.
but then also like with Japan cracking down on you know tourists, foreigners, cracking down on them.
Yeah, I heard about the whole thing with the American streamers fucking ruin it for everyone else situation. Them
Like there are some
jackasses.
establishments in Kyoto that has a sign saying that we sorry, we're not serving, or they reserve the right to not serve
Mm-hmm.
foreigners because of um streamers and all that, and I'm like, bro, I didn't even go to Japan yet, and you're already fucking this over.
Right. I mean, yeah, and then there's gonna be a lot of profiling, unfortunately, with that situation. So it's like, you know,
No, I already thought that because Japan is a fuck. What is that word? Neo something? Neo Ultitan or something? Like they don't outright say it, but you can tell they're kind of like looking at you,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and it's like,
I mean, it can be
yes,
helped. I mean, because that's one of the countries where you have mostly Japanese people, right? And then whereas where we live, it's very, very diverse in comparison. So we have a
we're a
very
mixed pot.
different, yeah, we have a very different perspective on things. So, and that of course clashes, right, in those situations.
That's I don't get these media influencers and whatever. They go to Japan
Hmm.
and they don't even like take like a 5-minute course of just learning the basics. So,
No,
hello, goodbye, thank you.
they just want to fuck shit up because that's what they think what brings in the viewers and such. But I think even then I think it's just an excuse for them to you know to be that,
Fuck around.
yeah, to just fuck around and find out. I mean, we've seen Johnny Somali being the sole example of that, and he's still stuck in Korea. And he even came out with the video very recently. I don't know where, but I saw a clip of it, basically outright just threatening Japan, like, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy Japan one day." I was like, "Bruh, like what, like how can you come back from that at that point? It's like he's already banned anyway, but
Yeah, he's very bad.
he's
But
already
it's
banned in
also
Japan,
to a
so
point like, sir, where in your timeline as a child were you dropped on the head a dozen times?
I don't know.
It's like point where?
Right. Yeah, and he still hasn't gone through his trial or whatever in Korea, and so who the hell knows how long he's gonna will be in prison or slash jail in Korea, because he's got a lot of charges, man. So it's definitely not looking good for him either way. But anyway, that's a little bit of a tangent there. Yeah,
That's what we are.
yeah. But yeah, Evo, it's tough because it's getting more expensive, like a lot of things. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will try to make it to this year's Evo, but I don't know if I'll make this like a yearly thing. Maybe I'll go like every other year or something. I don't know because it's expensive now. You know, it's tough. Like we were like what made Evo a little more special to me anyway is the fact that you can't afford it, right? So like,
Yeah,
yeah, it was just a,
I guess
mm,
like nowadays, Evo is just there to meet people that we only see online or talk to online, and
hmm.
when we finally see each other,
I mean, that's always been, well, to
yeah,
me, that's how I see it. Like that was kind of like the hub, right,
yep,
for certain communities, right? But
yeah, and you just that share the same common interests.
yeah, common interests, passions, and all that stuff, and try to catch up on everything within the weekend. And of course, there's always
They're
not enough.
talking shit, talking to each other,
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, yeah, yeah.
and being bad influence on gotcha games.
Yeah, right, right. But point being, it's supposed to be that fun time, that I always look forward to in the what in the last 4 years, or not last 4 years, but during the 4 years, right, from 2015 to 20 up to 2019, and of course,
Yeah,
COVID like killed everything. I like that put a huge stop on a lot of things, right? Then they tried to do the Evo online thing, and then they brought it back, but then still like COVID was still happening and people were still getting sick, and so I was like, nah, I'm good. And then, yeah, now we're here. But along somewhere in that process, right? Evo got well, bought out slash partnered, quote unquote, by Sony. So that definitely changed things as well. It's definitely becoming that sort of like corporate thing more and more versus the grounded, passionate, like type of what's the word for it? I guess event, right? Like, it's just like a lot of things a long time ago. Anime Expo was like that at one point, but then it's like
Yep.
all about the money, right? Is that I don't think that's expensive to go, but the fucking like how they've been managing it is just so like
How they manage it and all the shit that one year we saw
oh
where
my god,
you
yeah.
couldn't bring in outside food.
Food,
They wanted you to pay like overpriced fucking convention food, and
yeah.
then videos of the staff eating the confiscated food, and I'm like,
Yeah, videos and pictures, man.
hello.
Hmm.
It's like, hello, what you doing?
And then the no tents, right? When it's super fucking hot in LA, like yeah, that stuff, man. No water, or lack of water, if you will, and like a lot of things. And then um, Comic Con kind of like the same thing, similar situation, you know, um, so on and so forth, right? So Evo, unfortunately, is kind of like becoming like that, and I don't know. I don't know if it's something for me to go on the consistent basis, man. Again, too expensive, super expensive, man. But for this time, I'll try. But I have to see how my vacation hours will be looking by the time it resets and stuff like that. So we'll try to figure it out. But man, it's definitely yeah, it's different. I guess you say times are different. All right, enough of that. Let me see. So there's other things I think that were shown off at Evo. Or during the Evo award show. But for Evo, speaking of which, one of the featured artists for this year's Evo will be Shinkiro, the Shinkiro, who's been drawing, in this very very distinct style, right, from games like CBS2, of course, to up to this point, especially with the one of the lovely infamous artwork of Ryu smiling and everything. so yeah, this is some of the compilation of Shinkyo's work, right, including older ones
Over the years.
over the years. Yeah. So
Which now,
Mhm.
like, I'm not trying to be the Debbie Downer, but I'm just gonna be the realist.
Mhm.
They're gonna charge if you want an autograph from him.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they'll handle that.
$50 is like,
Yeah,
like, okay, right.
but yeah, I mean, it is something cool because it's like he is one of those renowned artists within the fighting game circle, so it's nice to see.
Yep, just like how uh like I don't know how many years, but I want to say almost 8 years since we had for my anime convention. We had Amano,
Hmm.
the fucking artist for Final Fantasy, came down, and I got like his signature on
Oh, that's
one of
cool.
my posters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, it's like Amano is like one of those artists. It's like you want a nice fucking art. You want people to go like, oh, instantly know who that artist is. You will grab Amano. Same thing with over here.
Shinkiro, yeah. Like if you play fighting games, like if you know, like yeah, you know who this artist is just by looking at the art. All right. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. I think that was it from in terms of like news that we missed from Evo Awards, at least for major ones anyway. Let's get a chug along with a little clip for Cup Noodle because I was featuring apparently Daigo, right? Man. That's that's Daigo now, and then you can see someone dropped a clip of Daigo back then. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. Quite the difference.
I mean, okay. Whoever they got the announcer for that commercial, he's like, give him props.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can see there's the side by side right there. Totally tell quite the difference, right, over the years. But it's still he's still Daigo, right? He's still a legend amongst fighting game players, right? And it's always funny to see when you have like celebrities endorsing products and stuff like that, and then you see Daigo actually eating the ramen there. So that's pretty cute, pretty wholesome, right? It's so funny. I love the English text. Men. Men. Tabeta, yeah, because tabeta is eat. So if you read it literally, so you eating men? What?
Men eat.
Men eat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Men eats what? What does he eat?
I mean, he's definitely reached the status of like he's featured in the fucking cup noodle commercial, so he is definitely a celebrity, right, in Japan. Umehara-san is definitely that the fighting game face, you could say, in Japan. And a lot of that you could say goes to not a lot of it, but one of those points goes to Evo Moment 37. But he was also a legend within even Guilty Gear at one point. He wasn't. He didn't. A lot of these fighting game players, man, in Japan anyway, don't. They just don't. They don't just play Street Fighter or whatever. They play like multiple games, and they're like good at those multiple games. Tokido is like a legend in CBS too, along with well, he even plays top early on during Tekken because Akuma. It just goes to show like the pedigree that they have, not just for Street Fighter, but for across multiple games. Nemo was one of the top very early on during Marvel 3, and he's like a renowned Street Fighter player. And I think he does play Strive as well, in Japan anyway. And of course he fucking hates playing Potemkin because he hates playing Potemkin. I think he's a Faust main, at least at some point. I don't know about now, but yeah. Anyway, Daigo Umehara, what a legend, right? What a legend. Now I want
You know, I'm
to.
still mad
Hmm?
that I don't have a. I didn't get a picture of him last Evo.
Oh
Still
yeah.
mad at myself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Whenever I see Daigo, he's already like surrounded by like so many people anyway. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to bother him. So
Surrounded, or he's about to go to his next sets, and you're like, you know what?
yeah,
I don't wanna. I don't want him. I don't wanna.
break his concentration. Yeah.
Yeah, get him away from his groove and shit.
Hmm. Yeah. But hey, I mean, you know, I'm not like so like, oh, I need a picture of Daigo or whatever. It's just like, all right, it's just nice to see Daigo in real life, at least even for a brief moment. Like, hey, man, yeah, dude's a dude, right?
Yeah, and then it's more funny. Like, again, I'll bring up.
uh,
You know what? Last year when I was hanging out with like Justin Wong's wife, Matt McMuxel's wife, and JJ, they're all pretty much Liana, Matt McMuxel's wife, is like they're just dudes.
yeah,
Fucking stop being scared of them. Just go up to them and say hello. I'm like,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, and Liana's like, just go up to, if you're scared of, talking to my husband, just say something Godzilla, and he'll fucking go to, talk your ear off. If you don't wanna, you like, really, if you're too scared to engage with him. I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, yep, that's true. And then with Justin Wong's wife, she's like, if you really want to piss off my husband, just say you want to recreate the
The moment
that
30,
Chun Li event,
30,
the moment.
yeah,
I'm
37.
like, I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, honey, no, shh. He already says leave him alone on Twitter. We don't need to make him a villain yet.
Yeah.
That title's still with F Champ.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, after, this, I'm like, yeah, man, shit, I want some cup noodle now. Cup noodle in Japan is so different, man. It sucks because
I've
you
heard like
can't get that same experience here because they don't use the same ingredients or whatever. And they have more flavors, of course.
yeah,
On
and
top
that
of it.
if you go to I think it was the Cup of Noodles Museum, you get to make your own, and you get to bring it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and I'm like, wow, that's nice.
I think I've
Because
had
my friend went there,
Yeah.
and she still hasn't opened her, her take home. She's like,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna cherish
Cherish it,
this
yeah.
forever. I'm like,
That's
I
cool.
hope you vacuum seal the damn thing.
Yeah. Um, I was about to say, like, I think I've had the chili tomato one a long time ago, but it's been super long. I've had like a number of them. Like I had the miso one, of course. I have curry. I've had the seafood one. I have a shio or sio, whatever people call it. Um, and then whatever all the new ones that came out. Whenever I go with my family, back in the day, and then of course original, right? There's nothing quite like it when you get in Japan versus when you buy it here. It's too different, man. Unfortunately.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that, but that is the case here. Um, so yeah, congrats, Umehara-san, for making it this far, man. He's a
Now enjoy
celeb.
your next 1 year supply of cup of
I know,
noodles.
right? Yeah, that'd be nice, right? All right, so this one we can wrap it up with some MK1, but more on the movie side of things. So, but what we're seeing here is a what do you call it? Parody movie poster. It's like a fake movie poster, quote unquote. But it is like a hint of what Johnny Cage is going to look like in the Mortal Kombat movie or Mortal Kombat 2 movie, excuse me. And I think I don't know if they officially revealed it, but something popped up about who is being casted as Johnny Cage.
Mhm.
But I believe it is. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so it is going to be Carl Urban from The Boys, and also Thor Ragnarok, all that stuff. So, how are you feeling about Mr. Urban being Johnny Cage?
He has to hit the the liners and comedic timing with the Johnny.
Yeah, right. Of course, of course. There has not been any like pictures or any
Yeah, pictures or
costumes or anything. But
behind the scenes.
yeah, anything like that. So we don't know what we have like zero hints other than the fact that yeah, he is likely going to be playing Johnny Cage. But right away, like to me, from based on what I've seen with Carl Urban, um, you know, he doesn't feel like Johnny Cage, but you just never know because he's a pretty good actor, so he may be capable of pulling off Johnny Cage's like character real well, and he'll be maybe possibly the Johnny Cage for anyone, at least in this generation anyway.
Again,
Yeah,
we'll just see.
yeah, we'll just see. That's funny. That's considered the teaser poster, I guess. Yeah. So I guess yeah, because the main protagonist for this one is going to be Johnny Cage, and not what's the dude's name? Oh, Cole. That was pretty much the original character for the movie. Uh, he was very vanilla, I guess. Very
It was
plain
interesting.
Jane, yeah. And I guess his ability or whatever it was called was literal like just armor. It's just plot armor. A lot of people called it.
It was plot armor.
Yeah, yeah. A little hilarious if you ask me. Um, yeah, I believe Johnny Cage is going to be the main protagonist for this one. Yeah, it says oh no, this is going to be including films focused on Johnny Cage and Bihan. Let me see. Well, we'll have to wait and see. So,
Yep.
all right.
We're not gonna pass judgment until we see it.
Until the trailer and all that stuff, those teaser trailers, they'll give us a good idea. Right. So I think that's it for the fighting game stuff. If I'm not, hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. So we can definitely move on to the front line. So let me go ahead and play this. All right. So I believe this is yes, pertaining to Marvel Rivals because of the shakeup that involved with letting go the game director for Marvel Rivals. Now, a lot of people were like, "What the hell's going on? Why did this happen?"
Yep.
Blah blah blah. So there is a bit of a clarification from NetEase themselves and other sources. So let me just go ahead and pull up all these other tabs and such.
Uh, Basically, it was pretty much a freaking clickbait and
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and and a false, like, pretty much false information.
False information,
Or
false alarm, like
yeah,
yeah, bit of a misunderstanding, at least, right? To put it nicely. So, basically, though, TLDR, the guy in question, let me go ahead and try to find a name. Let me see. So I guess it's Theodis Sasser. I believe it was the director in question, right? But he and along with his team in Seattle were just a support group for the development of the game. They weren't actually like the directors and all that stuff. So a lot of like people on YouTube were like, "Oh my god, this, what's happening? When you develop a game and it does successfully, they were let go. So what the fuck's going on with the gaming industry?" So yeah.
Pretty much to also add context, they are just the research and development team.
Yeah.
To
R&D, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I guess it's not common knowledge that the R&D team, they don't last long. They're only there for like the first initial. They're only there from like pre-release of anything until like a few months after, or a few weeks after the product is released. To collect as much data.
Yeah, they're very much on that contract.
Yeah, they're pretty much forecasting.
Yes.
Like, well, okay, so it's the game's picking up steam, blah blah. So
the job is done.
We predict that by the time it reaches week 5 of release date, it's gonna hit this revenue, and that's it.
Yeah.
But again, with the internet to just grab, again, clicks and views, they had to fucking make it read interesting, to stir up the community.
To stir the pot and pretty much run with it, right? At times. So the game is still all right. Like it still has the same director, like the director. So
it has the main team.
The main team is still there, so nothing's going to be changing at all, I don't think, anyway.
Yep.
So yeah. Like this guy, for example, what's going on? He's just fired the game director of Game Rivals, one of the most successful service games on the market, and now it appears multiple devs fired. I don't get it. Right? Oh, but now, right? Like update right here in this fourth thread right here. Right, and then a lot of people got the wrong idea. Yeah, even somebody was like, "Yeah, reporters are jumping the gun." Like, what the fuck? Like, And funny enough, this guy on X, he's kind of looked at as a grifter, but and people don't like him for multiple reasons. But even he was like, "Yeah, you guys are jumping the gun," like So in this specific instance, he is the reasonable one. So there's that. A little ironic, but it is what it is. Yeah. So a lot of people took it the wrong way.
That one, thank God you passed it, but that one was a fucking racist as fuck comment. Scroll up a bit. A little bit more. Okay. Yeah, where your mouse is, and then go back down. Did you read it?
Wait. So this one, right? You said, and then, but then.
Yep. That is fucking racist as fuck.
Oh yeah. There's a bit of a story behind that one, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, it's a big misunderstanding, and hopefully that doesn't.
It was a big misunderstanding, and then it's not to sound like an asshole, but it kind of like brought in like the really toxic Overwatch
Yes.
players going like, ha, your game is dying. Overwatch #1 is like,
yeah, especially when they just brought back the loot
I
boxes and all
know,
that
but
stuff, and then
it's again, it's like you're leaning over. It's like, who's the company that pedaled back on what made their game a little bit fun to do? Hmm? Hmm? Exactly.
yeah. I
Sit
mean,
down.
it doesn't help right now, but the viewership on Twitch is a little higher for Overwatch, but they just had that little
But yeah, it's
spike.
overall it's
Yeah,
it's only well, it's spiked because of the the
the new
return of loot
season, but
boxes,
loot
the
boxes.
perks when you do your ults and stuff. Some perks work, some don't. The one that made me laugh my ass off really hard was with Hanzo. Your first perk, you either choose this or scatter arrows. And I'm like, oh, you brought back something that fucking was his fucking kit, was part of his lore, was part of his fucking cinematic. I bet you it doesn't even do that much damage anymore, but still, it's like,
Yeah.
good job, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of
And
backpedaling for
then,
sure.
and then another perk that I was laughing because I watch Fitzy. Fitzy is here. He was my inspiration back in the day to play Sombra and stuff. One of Sombra's perks, you can hack your allies and you heal them.
Wow.
So and from what I was watching while he was playing, your ult charge kind of goes like you can ramp that up. Like you can just be the third unofficial healer and just go, oh look, I have my ult EMP. And it's like, excuse me? It's like, what?
Damn, man. Yeah, but Marvel Rivals is still gonna chug along just fine, I think. And they also had their recent sort of like nerfs and buffs and whatever for their characters. And then the Thing just came out along with Johnny Storm or the Human Torch. So there is that going on. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. It was just a big misunderstanding, but of course, the lovely journalists, right, love to kind of,
they wrote that super hard.
They wrote that super hard, yeah, for sure. But it is what it is. Can't be helped, unfortunately. All right, so that's that. Meanwhile, this is kind of big for those who love James Bond. So, the James Bond franchise is now under the control or creative control of Amazon MGM. So basically, yes, Amazon has control of James Bond. Comments, feelings?
No. I mean, I know that James Bond was supposed to pick up ish with a new person to helm the name 007. But the rate that Amazon Prime and this sounds like this is going to turn into an Amazon Prime movie or series, whatever you want to call it. It's not going to go well.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Because look at their creative license holding they had with Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Ring of Power is a piece of shit.
Yeah. I've heard things about that series.
Which I still don't know how the Tolkien state allowed them to do whatever they wanted to do with the Rings of Power. Where again, it was more like you had the material, but you refused to fucking use all of it. You only saw like the surface level and go like, okay, we have enough. It's like, no, you don't. That's why like a lot of people is asking for the Tolkien estate to go like really, have someone to do the Sumerian. And it's like you can't just have anyone do that. You have to have someone that's pretty much a big ass Tolkien nerd to get the shit done.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Peter Jackson did well, but he kind of fumbled the ball with the Hobbit movies.
Yeah.
Like the first one was good.
Right.
Then the second one, which is Desolation of Smaug, was questionable. And then Battle of the Five Armies was like, what? Nice scenes, but what?
Yeah.
And then again, we gotta pedal back more on the Hobbit. It's supposed to be a two-parter movie, and then I don't know if it was Jackson and Peter's call or it was a New Line Cinema's call or whatever is to split it into three, profit, or like milk the damn thing. It's like, no, please don't.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of the execs usually doing those things. But I guess, I mean, keep it a little fun, right? Who should be the next James Bond? Who's your pick?
Well, they have to have charisma.
Yes.
Class. I mean, I'll fucking watch it if he does become James Bond. Mr. Elba. Idris.
I was gonna pick that. Idris Elba.
Put him there. If not, because if they are continuing where Skyfall left off, I wouldn't mind Idris be the next Agent M. Because again, we don't know if this is a like brand new timeline or whatever, or they are continuing off of Skyfall.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Daniel Craig movies other than watching what was it? What was the first one? With Mads Mikkelsen.
Casino Royale.
Yeah, yeah. That was in the airplane. So yeah, but I've forgotten like a lot of the scenes. Besides the torture scene. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to catch up on that, along with a lot of things. But
yeah, out of all the Daniel Craig ones, Casino Royale and Skyfall are my favorite. But then you have Quantum of Solace, Spectre, and No Time to Die.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's quite a lot of Bond movies under his name.
But then you have like but I think the one that has the most is Sir Sean Connery.
Is it Connery? Yeah, I thought as much.
I think he has like the most under his belt.
Yeah, I mean, to me he's James Bond. But that can't be helped. But
and I think what's his name? Mr. Pierce Bronson. I think he has a good repertoire, but it's not enough, or it's not a lot compared to again Sir Sean Connery.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see where Amazon will take 007. A lot of people have been saying Henry Cavill for some reason.
Henry is too busy doing his
Warhammer.
Yeah, the Warhammer movie, which again, it's like let the nerd fucking make the movie already.
Yeah.
It's
Let
like
the
if you
damn
want to know
nerd
the
play with his
biggest,
PC.
yeah, if you want to know the most biggest fucking famous nerd ever, it's fucking Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Like I would not like bat my eye if they just ask him, "Can you do like a fucking like a series of like a lore series of Warhammer?" And he'll probably be like, "Okay, where do you want to start?"
Hmm.
Like I wouldn't fucking bat an eye that he'll be like, "Get." Say, "Okay, sir, we're gonna pay you this much." No, I'll do it for free.
Yeah. All right. That is it for now. Let's see if they'll actually shake the damn thing and not stir it. So we'll see. All right. So this one, lastly, Frontline. This is for those who have been keeping up with Doctor Disrespect still. Bit of an update, a little bit. So lastly, yeah, because lastly he was re-monetized on YouTube, despite what happened in his most recent biggest controversy, I guess. Yeah, involving with texting, I believe, who was a minor, and he admitted to it. But anyway, so he's now looking into being not banned or unbanned on Twitch. And I guess he had a post as Guy Beam, so that's his actual um his true self, right? He said, although things have been settled, quote unquote, with the sunglasses emoji, Twitch should do the right thing and correct their mistake of permanently banning the doc by reinstating the channel. We should have never been banned in the first place. Twitch should have never allowed a low-level employee to override the entire ban system, which had already determined we didn't do anything wrong because biased opinions of the doc character. They could have reached out and had a quick 5-minute call and realized these mutual jokes and bantering had never had serious intentions. Pathetic. So that is that. So, any comments on this little piece of news?
My thinking of disrespect. It's not nice, but you know. Yep, they're there. That's a good visual representation of me right there.
The
Good
headphone,
meme.
taking off the
Yeah.
headphone picture, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, admits to flirting with the minor. I was just joking. Okay. Say Dr. Disrespect. Oh my god, that picture.
They thought heard you like 'em young.
Yeah. Yep. That is that's pretty much a consensus. Is like, yeah, like why even bother? I still find it so weird that he's been persisting on him being innocent despite him actually initially admitting to.
Yeah, admitting everything.
Yeah.
It's like he's hoping it was swept under the rug. It's like no, no. This is not a etch a sketch. You don't get to do that.
Yeah, you don't just shake away the fucking thing you drew.
I don't like that joke about etch a sketch and I'm going to church. I'll tell it later because
Okay.
it's a fucking like ooh. You know
Yeah,
what? You
one of those
right.
fucked up jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that is that for the front line. Let's get a move on to the rest of it with the games news. So let's go ahead and hit this. Ding. All right. So, just one, and this is regarding to Genshin. And this is kind of pertaining to like leaks and stuff like that from Mihoyo, and this is a statement from Mihoyo. I believe this was posted on like Chinese social media, and I think this is translated or something, or this is some sort of email or something. Um, but basically it says this is the headline first off. It says MiHoYo has taken strong action against game leaks, holding more than 200 people accountable. Game leaks not only destroy the player's gaming experience and the rhythm of game operations, but may also have a negative impact on the game's reputation, uh, causing huge losses to the company. MiHoYo has always maintained a zero tolerance attitude towards game leaks, quote unquote, such as using improper means to obtain undisclosed game content and spreading confidential content, and has continued to carry out special operations and multiple measures to combat them. So far, some of the gangs involved in the case have been taken criminal coercive measures by the police, and many others have been given administrative penalties. In addition, MiHoYo has seriously held accountable more than 200 leakers who maliciously spread the leaked content and obtained a public apology from the infringer. The highest amount of compensation awarded to a single infringer is 550,000 yuan. These include several first cases in China, which are guiding significance for the game industry to combat leaks. For example, China's first pre litigation behavior preservation case involving undisclosed game character designs, and China's first effective judgment case that recognized undisclosed game characters and scenes as trade secrets. In recent years, MiHoYo has continued to crack down on various types of infringements such as leaks, pirated figures, plugins, and private servers, and has achieved remarkable results. In the future, MiHoYo will continue to crack down on all infringements or on all types of infringements, on a global scale, and spare no effort to safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of users. We also call on users to actively provide clues of infringements and help MiHoYo to jointly combat infringements. So that is from MiHoYo. So how do you feel when it comes to um, just game leaks in general? Like, do you think they have a place in the gaming community? Like, do you find them like something you um, use to gauge, like, okay, I'm interested in this game, or oh, because I know this DLC is coming up for this game, now, like I will make my purchase, or I will put my money into it, or you know what I mean? Like you use it
Yeah.
as a means to help make your decisions. Do you have any comments
I
about,
mean,
or how do you feel about
with
leaks?
some leaks, they're fun for engagement, but you can't just use it on anybody. It's more like a conversation piece that you'll have with your circle of friends. You try to
Mm,
bring it like to other people, they'll either be too sensitive about it, or you just get ripped to shreds.
yes, it definitely is not for everybody, for sure. I can definitely agree on that, because
But
there are people
for
go ahead, go ahead.
no, no, I just lost my train of thought. But go,
Okay.
it'll come back. But
So basically, I mean, leaks definitely do have a place in some ways because it helps the players like prepare for, like, in this specific case, prepare for certain characters, right? And you can farm for the materials and all that stuff. But on the other side, it does ruin it for a lot of people because they want to be surprised, they want to be hype, they want to, you know, it becomes trivial and not only for just knowing what characters coming up, but also possibly for like the lore, right? The story, it spoils, right? It's almost like if you leak the entire script for this movie, right? Like you already know what's gonna happen. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna go watch it or whatever the case may be, but the impression, right, will be very, very different if a player were to not know about this character coming up versus a player knowing what kind of characters we're looking forward to and such, right?
Yep.
But when it comes to and that, of course, that was just gotcha games or whatever, specifically, and I guess you could say more specifically on Hoyo games like, ZZZ and Genshin and even Star Rail, of course. But when it
Yeah.
comes to the other side of things, we've seen the terrible effects of leaks because, we play or at least pay attention to fighting games, right? And fighting games are all about the hype and the surprise, the shock, and
Yeah,
all
the
those
shock
things.
value, but
Shock value, yeah, those things, right? They take those very, very seriously, right?
we take it seriously, and when we do see leaks, we take it with a huge grain of salt. It's not a teaspoon, everybody. It's
Right.
like you get the full on like bottle cap,
Mm-hmm.
like ready to pour onto your wound, like. Right?
Yeah. But when it comes to like leaks that have some form of legitimacy, like that definitely ruins it for a lot of people, especially when it's like the big like picture or like a big like thing. I mean, sometimes yeah, they're fake or whatever, blah blah blah. But it definitely shakes things up in the wrong way, And a lot of times, unfortunately, too, Steam has released um like lists or names or like videos or whatever it is, right?
Videos or probably like concept art of like
Something, right? Too early, and that kind of ruins the surprise the next day, right? Because a lot of that has happened for like Street Fighter or like Guilty Gear maybe, but other fighting games have gotten the short end of the stick on that, right? Because of that sort of situation. Or yeah, in like YouTube, right? Somebody released the video way too early, right? Because time zones are different. Um, Tekken had one of those situations
yep,
happen.
Tekken had to do big ass damage control.
Yes. Yeah, that for sure has happened. So that side of things very much takes those things into consideration and they highly value that, right? But of course, it's not to say that MiHoYo doesn't do those things as well. They want to surprise their audience. They also want to bring that same sort of hype and excitement to their circle, right? But time and time again, I mean, it's been ruined by leaks. Only very few times where there has been characters that just came out of nowhere, and we're like, "Whoa, who's this? Who's that?" Right? That's a very rare occasion if you're in the Hoyo circle, right? Um, it's almost like it almost feels normal at this point. It's like normalized to be seeing these leaks. Sadly,
In the leagues or just it also becomes a mental gymnastics to not like get too invested in the leaks.
mm-hmm. Okay, I see what you mean.
Because
Mhm.
I was like that with Fortnite. It was I think it was during 2, 3 seasons ago. Someone put out a leak of Godzilla, and
Mhm.
they were saying like, "Oh, Godzilla is gonna come, in this season, blah blah blah."
Mhm.
And they showed a potential, model of what he will look
Mhm.
in game, and lo and behold, it was not true at the time. And then a few seasons later, there he is in all his legendary films glory. Because
Ah.
again, kids, Fortnite may be rich, they ain't Toho rich.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they if they wanted like like some sort of monster Japanese company, they have a better chance of getting Gamera
Mm-hmm.
like straight from whoever owns Gamera right now,
Yeah, I believe right now it's Kadokawa. I believe.
which will be fucking hilarious. Fortnite does get Gamera, and that's as close as we get as a Godzilla versus Gamera shit.
That's honestly like a lot of things for Fortnite, right? Like, cause we've gotten Street Fighter. Well, yeah, Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat now are coming up, right? And then um Marvel versus whatever the fuck, right? Cause Fortnite, they have so many characters up to this point, or so many franchises crossing over. You know,
Like we're just like chatting, like pretty much making a hit list
yeah,
of like, okay, what anime, what video game franchise,
yeah. Who's
what
next?
movie franchise, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this wasn't on my bingo card. I feel like that phrase is like coming back like a lot in a lot of people's like tweets or anyway. Oh, such and such wasn't on my bingo card this year for 2025. Anyway, so yeah, so leaks, I think overall, I personally can live without them, right? Overall, I mean, yes, in this specific context when it comes to at least games like Genshin, it does have a use because yes, I can pre-farm these
Yep, you can
material,
prep yourself.
prep yourself so that when you pull for the character, you can just like level them up real fast, and that's been like the norm for me anyway when it comes to Genshin and Star Rail and all that stuff.
Thing.
Yes, so
Like, look how hard you and I prepped our ass for Evelyn.
yeah, for sure, and I still like barely scraped by with her what was it her abilities or whatever her
Oh,
skills.
her skill levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
I barely like scraped
Okay, yeah.
by, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you, since we're on the topic of Evelyn.
Yes.
You have her W engine, right?
Yes.
I am 15 pulls away of hitting pity.
Aw.
It's that bad, kids. I mean, yes,
Ooh.
I'm doing like one pull at a time, but still, I'm like, am I going all the way?
Oh my, yeah,
Please don't make me go all the way.
that's the bad, yeah, that's the Hoyo pity bad feels when you have to call the way. And you still have to
Like,
beat the pity, right? You have to beat the odds.
oh, yeah, you still have to beat the 50-50, and
Well, in
it's
this
like
case,
before you.
in the remember in W engines, it's 75-25, not 50-50. The characters are 50-50, but engine is 75-25. So
See
that means
now,
so that means if you lose that means your luck is really shitty.
well, see, that's the thing, because I did not pull on Astra's W engine because they pretty much said you don't need our W engine as long
Uh-huh.
as you have this one on the fly, you're good. And I'm like, oh wait, I do have it, and it's
Uh-huh.
already max stars, whatever. So I was like,
Oh,
here you go,
nice.
bitch, eat it.
You will love it.
Because I think the last pull that I did was for Haramasa. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
think that was it.
Oh, okay. Damn.
And I think I got his like relatively early, but I
Uh-huh.
don't think it was like I didn't dive deep. I was like barely like
Yeah. Early
reaching
on.
in.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
eh.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, at the time, because I didn't want to use them, I was like, eh.
Yeah, he's a little hard to use, but I now I kind of get how you use him. So he's good, but I guarantee he'll get power creeped soonish. If not
But I
by
do
Ambi,
like
if by someone else. But sorry,
yeah,
go on.
Ambi.
Mhm.
I do like with ZZZ right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of going ahead of the game with the leaks, and they're just outright going like, here's all the upcoming characters. We're beating you, fucking leakers, but it's like you can't really beat
Yeah.
them because there are those leakers that fucking data mine to hell and they come back.
Yeah. Well, that's what MiHoYo's trying to crack down on is the plugin, the
Data,
whatever leaks, private servers, all this stuff, right? You know.
like until a leaker shows me that they're the was easily the clothing stuff, the alternate clothes. But there they showed me that they're not just focusing on the girl characters. They're gonna focus on the men. I'm just gonna be like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
lovely.
Yeah.
Here's a new lichen skin.
Oh man.
You have my attention, my
Yeah.
friend.
Of course.
Pay 20. I don't know what the equivalent, but pay $22 and you can have him without the vest on. He's like, ew. He's like,
Yeah.
here's my call.
Or whatever the younger lichen skin, whenever he was younger, he didn't have the eye patch thing or the legs.
Or pay $22. I forget what the equivalent is for monochromes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Pay $20 for lighter when he was still brawling.
Oh yeah, he was fighting. He was
underground
just a full fighter. Yeah.
fighter, and I'm like, tell me more. He does not have a shirt on. He does
Yeah.
not have a shirt on. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
they got me, kids.
I kind of hope they have summer outfits, but we'll see.
I mean, there's already mods like with.
Yes, but legitimate ones.
Yeah, you want legitimate, but sometimes the mods one looks cool. Like there's this
Yes.
one Lycan one that he's like in fucking full gear,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I'll pay for this.
Yeah.
This looks cool.
Yeah.
But how does it function? Like, how does it look?
Yeah, somebody already modded what do you call? Modded in Lucy from Cyberpunk over
yeah.
Evelyn. Yeah, because she has the line, like she uses wires to fight. So it actually like fits almost perfectly. So I'm like, damn, man. Mods, of course. But I think that's also they're trying to crack down on as well, because that is tapping into the game's data or whatever. Like, yeah, plugins. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is considered, unfortunately. But we'll see about how far they'll take that. But so let me ask you, like, can you live without the leaks in general? Like, just like for any game, like no leaks, anything like that?
We can live with it. But
without it, or without leaks, or
yeah,
okay.
I can live without the leaks because
yeah,
like, why ruin it? For yourself. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all on you if you take the leaks too hard, or you just pass it off.
But sometimes I've had a situation where Sea of the Wolves DLC was actually leaked early. Like some like one of those like people on X or Twitter, like those people that put a lot of fighting game content a lot, always are gonna just jump right into those leaks and be like, oh, here's a fucking picture of all the 5 characters in this DLC thing. I'm like, bro, like, I don't think anyone wants to see that. Like,
is there, damn, bro, are you working for fucking Steam right now?
Yeah, like, are you like, bro, like, do you want those leaks, or do you want those clicks that bad? Like, fuck, man. And what I do is just like I try to like scroll by real fast, like because I don't want to. Some surprise would be nice. Like fuck, man.
Yep.
And luckily, I a lot of those times I forget, so then I get like 95% of the surprise. But then whenever I see it, it's like, oh, I remember now. Like, yeah, that was right leaked on Twitter. But yeah, there's just sometimes there are moments where it's like out of control and you just get spoiled. Like ugh, like movies for example. Like, oh my god, this scene happened, guys! Look at this scene! Look at this scene from this new movie that just came out! I can't fucking believe it! It's like, bro, chill out, man. People want to see the movie. Don't spoil it, right?
This person died.
Yeah, I
Like,
know. This person died. Oh my god, why? Why, God, why? Yeah. What was like the prime example of that, like a movie? For a movie. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. Anyway. I know like Mortal Kombat had it bad. Street Fighter had it bad. I think one point Tekken, well, yeah, Tekken had it bad at one point at least. Um, yeah, a lot of games get leaked, and I think we can live without them. As much as yes, and within the gacha game context, it does provide you a way to prepare, but I can live without it. You know, and sometimes, right? Um, things change, right? From closed beta all the way up to release of that character, because what if they're like, oh, this character now takes this material instead? Like, I was like, oh my god, no. you know Sometimes it happens.
yep.
Or it is possible, it is super possible. Or there are times people just assume, right? Because for example, like, Caesar King, we all thought she was going to be like a defense character, to a sense that like, oh, she's going to scale off defense, but no, she scaled off of impact. So it was like, oh shit, that was a waste of time because I farmed for the wrong drive disc set, in a sense. In fact, they came out with the new drive disc set by the time Caesar King came out, which is kind of like tailor made for her in a sense. But yeah, so yeah, things like that also are something to take into consideration as well. But for the most part, yes, it does provide you like a map. Like, okay, I'm gonna pull for this character, I'm gonna skip on this character banner, right?
Yep.
It does help you prepare for that stuff, but ultimately, um, I think they need to just like put out a bunch of characters out on their social media sites. Like, hey, all right, next couple patches, there's these characters, right?
And like, incoming. Here you go.
Incoming, yeah.
Incoming. Here you go.
Mm-hmm. Instead of like, oh, one character at a time, I think that also creates that sort of issue as well. So there's a bit of like, okay, they have to do their part, but it's also like the Lakers' fault ultimately, yes, because they're the ones, well, leaking out what's considered to be confidential information, right? Trade secrets, something that's not supposed to be revealed until this later in time. And it does, yes, it ruins the hype, the marketing. It costs money, right, to market things right. And if leakers kind of fucking stomp on that, then yeah, that's money lost, when that money could have gone into more of the game's development itself. But hey, game marketing is important too, yes. It's all part of the, the cycle, I guess you could say. All right, so enough of that. We can definitely move on to the last part of Hypecast, so we can hit this. Alright.
Not now, Daddy. My butt hurt.
There is something relating to Godzilla, I believe. And it was a cast for the upcoming Godzilla Kong sequel. Supposedly. This is from Discussing Film. Delroy Lindo is set to be appearing in the sequel. And I guess it will be appearing in theaters March 26, 2027. I don't know if that was previously said, but there you go. Just a little reminder in case that did not happen. So Delroy Lindo, I forget the exact appearances. I remember his face in a number of movies. Yeah, he appeared in Malcolm X, Five Bloods, Gone in 60 Seconds. Yes, I do remember that. He plays like a lot of like police chiefs at times, or like older characters and such. Are you familiar with this gentleman?
I think he was. I want to say he was in White Chicks. Try checking 2004.
No, he did not. He was in The Last Castle.
What is that?
He was not in White Chicks, unfortunately.
You only want to make a second White Chicks?
Yeah, right. Let me see. That's the newer stuff. Devil's Advocate. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Romeo Must Die. Good movie.
Romeo Must Die. Yes. Yep.
Oh, he was in The One. Again, questionable movie.
The One. Heist. Television, when it comes to that, let me see. Robot Chicken, that's funny. Simpsons, at least for one episode anyway. Yeah. So, interesting. Interesting cast for that one. Not sure, of course, who exactly he's playing.
Me.
Yeah. Say what you want to say. All right. So there's that. And then last one, and this is for Avatar Last Airbender stuff. So there's gonna be a new one called Avatar and the Seven Havens, and this is going to be taking event after the Legend of Korra. I'm not sure how many years exactly, but it is basically going to be the next Avatar, right? So meaning it's probably going to be like hundreds of years later or something. And it's going to be Earthbender. A young Earthbender discovers she's the new Avatar after Korra. But in this dangerous era, that title marks her humanity's destroyer, not its savior. Hunted by both humans and spirit enemies, she and her long-lost twin must uncover their mysterious origins and save the Seven Havens before civilization's last strongholds collapse.
And then from that line or paragraph already, Twitter and Reddit posts and shit are just going into a thunderstorm.
Yes.
Of like Korra stands and stuff like well, Korra's a more stronger Avatar than Aang. It's like That's because if you really pay attention to the fucking show, she was taught at an early age, at 5 years old. Yes, Aang also was taught at an early age, but guess what? How much shit he accomplished at age 12.
Yeah.
And then when you flip it onto Korra, there were so many avoidable things that she
Mhm.
could have, not fall into, but it was her pride, and she was holding like using the avatar as a glorified like fucking celebrity,
Mhm.
which is not. The avatar is supposed to bring balance and make sure everyone was in check.
Yeah. It's not some tool,
And
man, for your little whatever, right?
amusement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amusements. Yeah, exactly.
And
Yes.
that's why again, like with the spirit stuff, like okay, season 1 and 2, they're fun. Everything else afterwards were like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, I remember the second season was the weakest one. The first one was great, and then the third one
Because
kind
I
of
had
brought it back a little
Amon,
bit. Because second season was the one with that whole thing with
Kariva, I believe.
what's up?
Was it Kariva? Second season? Or was it Azir? I want to say Kariva
No,
was
because
2.
Azir. Well,
Azir
Azir. No, wait.
Azir's the monk that unlocked the potential of infinite flying.
Oh, you
Amon
mean
was the first
Zahir?
one.
Zahir
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
one who unlocked flying because he,
yeah.
the whole like let go the tether, whatever, right? That was actually all in season one, I believe.
No, season 1 was Amon.
Yeah, yeah, and then Zahir also happened, right? And then second season,
Really?
yeah, season 2 was the whole spirit thing, and then that's when what do you call she heard the thing was cut off or whatever.
Getting my stuff wrong then.
Here, Zahir.
Book 1 deals with blah blah blah. Blah, 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 blah. Man, Amon. 12. Spirits was season 2.
Yes.
Unalaq. Season 3. Season 3 was Zahir.
3
Book 2 was
spirits.
touching. Yeah, was touching upon spirits, and then season 4 was the.
Well, yeah, it
What was
goes by
it?
books. So book 1 is obviously like Amon and stuff. Book 2 spirits. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Book
last one was season 4 with
4.
Kariva.
Okay, so there were 4. I thought there were 3 seasons. That was weird.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. I could have sworn it was 3 seasons. Whatever. So, yeah, book 4. That's with what's her face, Kuvira.
Kariva. But I don't know. Horror was okay. It's just that I don't
It
know
was
what the
okay.
writers did.
First
Writers did, right?
season, and then Zahir stuff, and then those two I really liked. Then but the spirit one was by far the weakest one, for sure.
Spirits, it was only good because you saw the first Avatar.
Yeah, yeah. The there were diamonds in the rough for sure, but yeah, but by far was still the weakest season or book, or whatever you want to call it. And then the rest, yes, kind of picked up from there. Or yeah, I mean, book 4 was okay. It was all right, but
Book
1
4
and
was
3.
was fucking dumb because okay, you have Kuvera, and she's making um like really like technology. Like she was
Mm-hmm.
advanced technology and shit. It's like, but overall, she's an Earthbender.
Yes.
Okay, you bring in Toph, one of the most powerful Earthbender, and she only just does one fucking wave.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Toph, you could have just crushed everyone right here and call it a day.
Right.
No, all you did was make a wave and say you give Earthbenders a bad name, and then fucked off. It's like,
But her coming in instead of Korra would have proven Kuvira's point, right? Like I think there was something about that it had to be Korra to, you know, defeat or stop Kuvira or something like that. I forget the writing in them, but it.
no, well, 4 wasn't supposed to be made, anyways.
Right.
They
It was
just
supposed to end
rushed.
at 3, right? So
Yep, it was supposed to end with 3.
yeah,
4 was just made as a last ditch effort.
yeah. And then yes, the last one of the very last parts was Korra and
I
Asami
mean,
was or have become in a relationship,
a thing.
a
It's like,
thing.
and then when you look at Korra's relationship, it's like, damn girl, you're a fucking town bicycle jumping
Yeah,
from here to there.
town bicycle. Yeah.
And then at first I did love Bolin, but I think it was in book 3 or 4.
Am
Like
I?
he did that fucking 180
Mm-hmm.
all for a girl, but like, people do stupid shit for
Love.
for love, and but
Yeah.
still I'm like, holy shit, kid. You
Mm-hmm.
can't be this stupid.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you can't be this horny, are you?
Mm-hmm.
He's that horny.
Yeah. Yeah. The way it was starting out, it should have been Korra and Bolin. But then, of course, it had to be Mako and Korra for a while, and then yeah, I don't know. Like I at the end, I didn't buy Korra and Asami though. I don't know. Like how you feel about that? How what's your
If
two?
they wanted to go with a gay relationship, fucking Aang Aang and Zuko had a fucking better fucking gay relationship than any.
Okay, when it comes to that one, oh my god, it pains me to say, but I felt like Korra and Zuko should. No, sorry, I'm not Korra. Katara and Zuko should have been a thing more than anything. Either that or
Maybe in alternate universe, or
alternate
maybe
universe. Yeah. But yeah, I man, like they were really pushing for Aang and Katara, but I never fully bought it.
well, to me it was like, oh, Aang and Katara. Katara, you're like what, 14, 15? Aang, you're like 100 something years old,
Yeah.
right? Okay, got it. We're doing a Steve Rogers shit.
Yeah, kind of. But I was gonna say like the other relationship I would have bought was Zuko and the one girl that was in the Earth Kingdom. When when Uncle was like, you should date her. She's been eyeballing you, in the tea shop.
Hmm.
That one kind of like bought more, you know.
Now
Um,
thinking about like
mm,
the events in Korra, we still don't know what the fuck. Like, who's the true father for Hoff's kids?
that's
In my heart,
right.
I want to say it's Sokka. I just want to.
Really?
In my heart.
I thought it was supposed to be Sokka and what's her face from the
Oh,
Kyoshi Warriors. Suki.
yeah,
Suki.
okay, but it's like they're there.
Yeah.
But remember, like Toph does have feelings for Sokka.
She does,
She
yes.
outright admitted it when she was being saved.
Yes.
Oh, Sokka, thank you for saving me. Actually, it's me, Suki. Oh, okay, you can let me drown now.
Yeah, you let me drown.
Done.
Yeah.
Like done.
Yeah.
Say no more, fam.
Well, she was kind of like, try like I don't. She was hungry for love because she was also
Yeah,
doing that to Zuko because like remember there's a scene where they're like picking like okay who goes with who and then Tom was like I call Zuko and he like grabs his arm, you know.
yep.
I'm like damn Toph like shit and then Toph was trying to like trying to have like a what do you call the what do you call the connect? She's trying to make a connection with Zuko,
Yeah,
and
she
then
was trying to do the moves, and it's like,
yeah,
honey,
but
stop.
Zuko's like, that's tough.
It's like, bet you in Zuko says like, should I just say I'm gay so she does, so she leaves me alone?
Yeah. Oh, well, that I was that where the quote came from Zuko? Like,
No, that's rough buddy. No, that was
oh, that was with Sokka.
when
What?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
Sokka on the air balloon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, when it comes to like Korra and stuff, she did mess up a lot. She severed past avatars, to which
Mm-hmm.
again, I feel so sorry for the the next avatar,
Yeah.
which is the Earthbender. It's
Yes.
like the only person you gotta fucking talk to is Korra, and fucking she kind of fucked up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Right.
I mean, there are good points with Korra, but overall, like some of the decisions she made was just, not smart. I guess she didn't have like the right people, to counsel her.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aang had Katara, Asaka, Zuko, and Toph. Toph was pretty much like cut dry. Like, no, this is fucking dumb. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Sokka pretty much was the strategist.
Yes.
Zuko kind of was, no pun intended, the hothead, but he kind of knew some strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Katara,
Yeah,
pretty
being
much
the
was the
support.
heart.
Yeah. Definitely the healer
But
of the
see,
team.
but see, that's the other thing because we don't know what's gonna happen with this upcoming new series.
Right.
Because again, the spirit realm is fucking open, like free for all,
Yes.
come out.
Yes.
So maybe instead of the the Avatar asking Korra for help, it's who else is in the fucking spirit world and having a fun with the spirits by drinking tea.
Yeah. Uncle.
Uncle Iroh.
Yep.
Fucking I'll go fucking to Uncle Iroh over anyone else.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. So some points. Okay. So there's gonna be 2 seasons with 26 half-hour episodes. So I guess they're gonna do 13 per season. I guess.
That's well, and it's also like, is it weekly, bi-weekly, or is it like
Yeah.
nowadays a streaming should
Or
just
just like everything at once. Yeah.
you have time, right? It's like, no. Well, too bad. You're watching all of this in
Right.
one sitting.
Yeah. So the
I
original creators.
guess.
Yeah, the original creators are coming back. So um, I recognize these names for sure from the old Avatar days. They are returning to this one, so it is under their supervision, I guess, or their eyes, under their watch. Yeah, Seven Havens though, pretty interesting. Interesting name. So that is pretty much that. And if you don't have anything else to throw in there, that is pretty much it for today's Hypecast.
In my water.
Hmm.
I guess I cannot find it, but It's only been like maybe 1 or 2 days release of the new season of Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
Someone's already max level like 1,000.
What the fuck?
It's like it's like, bruh, go take a shower, open your front door, and touch that green thing that's on the ground.
Yeah. Oh, they bought their way through. I don't know.
It's either they bought their or they did those lovely maps.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then that, well, let's just say One Piece to me is getting interesting because I'm only sticking with the anime for now.
Oh, okay, okay. I've been
Uh,
sticking with the
uh,
manga and whoo,
yeah,
whoo. Whoo.
this man's already far beyond my reach, so I'm just gonna go at my own pace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I guess one last thing before we sign off.
Okay.
For those that are trying to buy the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering
Oh,
collab, good luck.
yeah,
Good fucking luck.
yeah.
Already there's scalpers. Already there's time limits on your purchases. Um, apparently, I'm getting an early birthday present thanks to one of my friends that I didn't ask him to do it, but
Wow.
they're like, here you go. I was like, what is this? This is what you want? Yeah, at a later date. No, I got it for I pre-order for you.
Well,
Where
grass,
in our
man.
conversation? Well, to me, it's like, where in our conversation did I ask you to get me this? I mean, thank you, but where? Where did I say you buy me this?
Mm-hmm.
But yep, they bought me like one of the bundle sets. So I'm like,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah, let's see who you pull from that set. What was it? Oh yeah. Have you watched the latest episode of Invincible?
Mm,
No. Okay. Because
I
there is
only I'm
episode
still
5.
stuck on 4. Yeah.
Yeah. There is episode 5 that's out. I've been watching it weekly, so that one I would say 5 is the most filler-esque episode, but still it's still a good watch.
So since you said that, if I was an asshole and
Mm.
just like skip around, will I lose anything?
Kinda. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say kinda. Um, but isn't overall like add to the overarching story, if that makes sense. All right, so that's pretty much that. That's all she wrote. So again, next week will be our break, because we want to honeymoon. We want to honeymoon Monster Hunter Wilds as much as we
Yep,
can.
I want to ride on top of those monsters.
Yeah, you always want to be on top, don't you?
Yeah, figuratively, literally.
Careful, man. They're gonna be in the
I'll,
power bottom. Don't get careful.
I'll, assert dominance. Bottom, fuck you. I top.
Yeah. Can't wait to get back on the hammer, and then what would be my second weapon? I'm probably one of the bolt guns. I don't know, man. We'll
No,
see.
just be like me. Great sword main. Oh, time to bring out my other weapon. Another great sword.
Another great. Wait, can you do the same weapons?
Yep.
Oh wow.
And it's fucking hilarious when you pull it. I was like, ah.
Oh, so you can like do like you can have a sleep great sword, and then you have the big
Oh, no.
boy.
Well, you change it on your pet, your mount.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, you can't just like swap in and out. Okay. I thought it was okay. So any of the second weapons you have to swap through the pet. or Palco?
You have to be riding on your mount, and then you just
Oh,
switch. I mean, you pre have your loadout of like what weapon and stuff you want, and then when you want to change your weapon, you just ride and go like, "Okay,
got it. Because I am trying to get in this game with no knowledge, complete surprise. I'm gonna, going raw.
no lube."
Nope. Go and drive, baby. Just go in with what we got, man. That's how it should be, right?
Remember to call the hospital and to be ready for the explanation. What happened here? He went in dry, ma'am.
No prep.
No prep, no nothing, just raw dog it.
All right. So that's enough of that. Thank you very much. Again, we'll be back the following week after Monster Hunter weekend, and so anyone else out there trying to pick up Monster Hunter, hope you guys enjoy it as well. So with that, thank you very much, and we will hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
$114 went out the drain.
What?